Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim and we are currently playing through Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion. We're playing scenario number 3, Turning the Tide, and we are just getting ready to start the first week of June 1943. So we've got a lot of stuff happening this month. I already took care of going through the IJN mix, and I believe there was 3 destroyers that got pulled from that. There weren't any new additions, so we got that taken care of. And I also redid the war mix cups because they recommend every 2 months that you redo that. So we've played through April and May already. Excuse me. So I got that done. Hopefully that pesky hospital ship is not in the mix anymore for the next couple months. Let's see. Then we've got some reinforcements that are coming in this month as well, and we've got some ships or subs returning from the West Coast after being refitted, and we have a few that are leaving to go get refitted. So we're going to take care of all that and then get into the action. So let's start off with our war event phase, as we do every turn. So we're going to roll 2 dice. If the black die is a 0 to 3, then we will have a war event. It is not. So we're not quite ready for our torpedo improvement phase. We're getting pretty close though. We're at 263 ships sunk. Once we get to 270, we'll be able to make a roll for a torpedo improvement. Unfortunately, if we don't make it, then we have to wait until the next threshold is met to check again. But let's see, intelligence and weather phase. Then we've got our ultra roll. Excuse me, get rid of this cough. 6 for our ultra is going to be, remember to check war period 3, Marianas and the South Philippine Sea. So let's get those marked. Marianas, we should be able to get some folks into there hopefully. And the South Philippine Sea. So those are our 2 ultra areas this week. Then we've got weather roll. And now that we're in June, we'll actually get tropical storm formation on a 1 or 0. The last 2 months it's only been on a 0. I think we only had it happen a couple times. Oh, speaking of weather, the new the counter replacement sheet that hopefully everyone has gotten by now that purchased the game does come with a couple of each of the types of weather counters. So you've got your tropical storm counter, a lot nicer than the little cheapo ones that I made. And then you got your Typhoon 1 and your Typhoon 2. So there's 2 tropical storm markers and then 2 Typhoon markers with Typhoon 1 on one side and Typhoon 2 on the other. So let's see if we're going to need that this week or not. So black die will be to determine if we have a storm. The white die will be its location if we do. And we do not. So that will take us to the Triple R segment. So starting off, we got reinforcement phase. So if we refer to our master reinforcement list here, for June 1943, we've got these 6 subs coming in to Pearl Harbor. We already got those pulled out here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So they will go to the broom box at Pearl Harbor. Hopefully be able to get a good chunk of those out to this turn. For withdrawals, we've got the grayback, the gudgeon, the grenadier, the gato, and the wahoo. Now the gato, if you remember, was sunk last month, so we don't have to worry about bringing that one back. But those other 4 we do. And if any of them are already at Pearl Harbor, even if they're in a repair box, they go directly to the West Coast refit. So let's see, grayback, gudgeon, grenadier, and wahoo. Remember, those were here. These are the 6 new ones that came in, right? Yep. So sea dragon, scorpion, porpoise, greenling, none of those. And then otherwise, if they're at sea, if they're already on their transit side, then they just continue. Well, they either turn around if they were outbound, which we only had, I think the flying fish was the only outbound one we had. Or if they're already marked RTB, then they just will move in the transit event phase. There's the grayback. So he will make it back this turn. What else are we looking for? The gudgeon and the granite. I know the wahoo's up here in the Sea of Japan, and he's already RTBing, so he'll start making his way back this turn. If they're on patrol side, they do get 1 final week of patrol before they have to head back. I don't know if either of those other 2. We're looking for the gudgeon and the grenadier. Gudgeon and the grenadier. Those are S boats there. Some cardfish. Runner. Okay. Let's see if they might be at one of these other bases. Oh yes, there's the gudgeon right there. And the grenadier. Oh, they both are. Okay, so they're both currently in base at Fremantle. So once they can leave there, they're going to have to start heading back to Pearl Harbor. So they'll just immediately get marked RTB as soon as they come out of port and start heading toward Pearl Harbor. All right, so that's what we got to look out for those withdrawals. And then returning, we have the sturgeon, the spearfish, the sea raven, and the snapper. Oh, I think I already have those separated out here. Yes, it's these 4. So they will also go into the broom box at Pearl Harbor. So a lot of new toys to start playing with. So that's our reinforcement phase. Ready submarines phase. All right, so let's start over here at the tender. So all these that are ship side immediately go to the ready for sea. And then we've got 1, 2, we've got 4 of them here that we need to roll for. So let's take care of that. We've got the halibut, needs a 5. He made it, 5 or less. Sunfish needs a 5 or less. Nope. The snook needs a 5 or less. He made it. And the Sea Wolf needs a 4 or less. Yes. All right, so all but one will come out from there, so we'll be able to take 6 more back in if we need to. All right. I guess we'll do Pearl Harbor next. This big old stack. Let's get that down here a little bit so we can do it all on camera here. All right. Let's get this positioned. All right, so we got the sturgeon, 4 or less. Yes. Put the ones that are going ready for sea there, and pier side will go here. All right, we got the spearfish, also needs a 4 or less. No. The sea raven, 4 or less. Yes. The snapper, 4 or less. No. The harder, 5 or less. Yes. The jack, 5 or less. Yes. The lapon, 5 or less. Nope. We've got the mingo, 5 or less. Yes. 5 or less for the gunyard. Yes. 5 or less for the gunnel. No. 4 or less for the sea dragon. Yes. 4 or less for the porpoise. No. And 5 or less for the scorpion. No. All right. So this stack. Oh, before we do that, we need to move the guy that was already pier side over. So then this stack will go ready for sea. This stack goes pier side. All right, let's get this one moved over too before we forget, up at Dutch Harbor. And we'll go ahead and roll for these next. We got both of them needing a 3. We'll do black die for the top one, white die for the bottom one. And neither of them make their roll. So they will go pier side. We got all these at Fremantle. Nobody at Brisbane. All right. Let's start with the gudgeon. Again, he'll have to head to Pearl Harbor, assuming he makes it out this week. He does not. So next week he will start heading to Pearl Harbor. Same for the grenadier. He does. 5 or less for the grouper. Yes. And then 4 or less for the tarpon. Nope. And 3 or less for the S-31. Yes. All right, so these are ready for sea. And these go pier side. I'm gonna put gudgeon on top just so we remember. He has to head back next week. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark him RTB right now, just so we remember next week that he has to go back to Pearl. All right, that is it for the ready phase. So then our repair phase, we've just got a couple here, or well, more than a couple. We got one here at Pearl Harbor. Now, this is an early Gatto that was in for refit, which is why this guy's in the holding box, because you can only have one early Gatto being refitted at a time. So he's waiting for that one to come out so he can come in. And I believe since we normally when they come in for refit, unless they're damaged, they would go straight to repair box 2. But I believe since we had to put him in the repair hold, that he'll now come out in repair box 3, because they mention in the rules that when you go in repair hold, no matter what your initial damage was, you always have to come out in repair 3, because they figure your sub has degraded somewhat just sitting in dry dock. So we will do that if the greenling makes it out. So he's going to need an 8 or less. He gets it. So we will replace his counter with the full-fledged Gatto version. Again, it gives him an extra attack and one more range. He'll go there. And now that he's out of refit, we can move this guy into the drum in for refit as well. Okay, none in the next two. We got a few up there at Dutch Harbor that need a 5 or less to advance. So let's do those. We got the S41. He does not. The S33. He does not. And the S40. He does. Okay, so the S40 is out of repairs. These two are still being worked on. All right, that's our repair phase. So then for prep for operations, just move everybody up to the operating section. All right, that looks to be everyone. So I will pause here and then we'll come back and start on the operations segment. All right, we're gonna start off by sending the gray back, which is one of our subs being withdrawn this month, back to Pearl Harbor. No red boxes along the route. So he will come back and he will go straight to the West Coast refit box to come back at a later date. And I'm going to go ahead and use his RTB marker and put that on the Grenadier so we remember that he has to come back as well. All right, these other ones here in the Solomons, I think we're going to send them to Brisbane so that they're, I think we got plenty at Pearl right now. So they're going to come back through the Coral Sea. Again, no red boxes, so and none of them are damaged. So they'll just all three come back to the broom box at Brisbane. All right, what else? We got this one here. Sargo on his way back to Pearl Harbor. So he will just scooch into there, over to the broom box. Oh yeah, we had these two up here that had attempted, I think they had attempted to go into the Sperry on an earlier turn. Maybe not. Maybe think of something else. But anyway, they're going to come into Pearl as well, but then we need to roll for damage for them. So the first one is the S47. He's got superficial damage, so he goes to the broom box. And then we've got the S46. And he has light damage. So repair box 1 for him. All right, I think next we will bring all these back here into Fremantle. We got the fin back. We'll do this guy last. The Tautog and the Grayling. That all make it back fine. So they go to the broom box. And then the Pito, need to roll for his damage. 2 is going to be superficial. So he also goes to the broom box. Okay. We have here the Sowery. I think we'll send him back to Fremantle as well, since he's only 2 spaces away from there. So he moved through the Band of Sea, which does have 1 red box in it, and Shallow Waters. So he's going to have a +1, which cancels his -1 for being on transit side. So a 9 will cause a transit event check here. When you got one. Okay, each of these rolls also gets a +1 for the Shallow Water. 3 and 5. 3 and 5 is going to be no event. So he makes it back and goes to the broom box. All right. What do we have here? This is the Pompano. He can't quite make it back to Fremantle, so I think what we'll do with him, I don't know that we really want to have very many subs operating out of Brisbane, to be honest, because at this point everything near there isn't that great. And the Carolines isn't too bad, I guess. At the same time, we don't want to get too overcrowded over here out of Fremantle. Yeah, let's go ahead and send him back through the Carolines to the Solomons. That's no transit event checks required along that route. We'll have him pop into Brisbane next turn. Brisbane, sorry. Who else can we bring in here? Well, we should figure out who all we want to come into the forward base here. We're going to have room for 6 once the 6 that are there move out. This guy we're going to want to have move down here so he can take advantage of the ultra area there. Same thing with the pickerel there. And probably these 2 subs up here in East China Sea. So we'd like to get, well, we know the, I guess we can do this next. We know the wahoo has to return to Pearl to be withdrawn. So we'll have him come through the Coral Islands over to North Pacific. There's only 1 red box in each of those areas and no congregating risk, so he doesn't have to do a transit event check. So he'll be able to make it back to Pearl next week. Got a bunch of damaged ships up here. These ones won't be able to make it to this forward base this turn, nor will the ones in the Yellow Sea. These ones can. That one, I guess. We have 1 here, 2. That's 3. And then these guys have to stay up there, or have to go back to Dutch Harbor, I should say. Might as well go ahead and do them since that's the only option we have for them. So they will go through the Aleutians and back, no transit event check required, but again, undamaged ships coming into Dutch Harbor have to roll on the damage table, and anything other than superficial puts them in repair box 1. So he goes to repair box 1. Okay. So we got to get 3 ships out of the Sperry so we can bring our 3 back in that we want to send there. The question is, where do we send them? We could send 1 up to here. And then we put a 4th one in there. So let's do that first. Who do we want to go up there? Who's our best? The best one coming out. One of these Gattos. We'll send the Snook up there. All right, so he's going to leave from the North Pacific, go through the Coral Islands and into the Sea of Japan. So this will be the governing op area. He's got -1 for being on transit event side, but then +2 for entering the Sea of Japan. So it's going to end up being a +1. So a 7, 8, or 9 will cause him to do a check. All right. 2 and 3, that's not going to be anything. No event. So he makes it up there. And we'll have him flip over, patrol there next turn. All right, so now we can bring somebody in. Why don't we see if we can get one of these damaged ships into there. So the guardfish will come down through the Bonans to the North Pacific. He's on transit event side, and there's only one red box in each of those, so he doesn't have to do a transit event check. But now we roll to see if he can stop there or not, only if he gets a superficial result. He does. So he will come into the broom box at the submarine tender. So now we got to send another one out before someone else can come back in. I guess we should have done this one next. So we could have sent somebody up there, but we can send somebody here now. There's only 3. So let's send one of our not as great ones there. How about a new S2, the Seawolf? We'll have him go up there into the Empire Pacific through the Bonans. So again, only one red box in each area, and he's on transit event side, no congregating risk. So he makes it there, no problem. Now let's send this one back from the Sea of Japan through the Kuril Islands to the North Pacific. One red box in each area, and he's on transit event side, so no check required. He is damaged. Let's see if they're gonna let him stay there or not. A 1, yes, that's superficial. So he also makes it in. That was the tunny. So now, send somebody else out. Send our other Gato that was over here. Who was that? The Scamp. Send him back up into the Sea of Japan. And he will have the -1 for transit event side, but +2 for entering the Sea of Japan. So +1 to his check, 7, 8, or 9. We'll cause it. He got a 0. So he's safe. He'll patrol there next turn. Now we can send back the S something 42, yeah, through the Bonans over to the North Pacific. No transit event check needed. He's not damaged, so he can just go straight into the broom box there. And I think that's everyone that we're going to be able to get back in to the Sperry, so we don't need to worry about bringing the rest of those out. There's still 3 more there ready for sea. We'll bring them out at the end after everyone finishes their patrols. So that just leaves these guys up here. Got 2 in the 3 actually. All of them in the Yellow Sea need to come back. And 2 in the East China Sea. The ones in the East China Sea can make it back to the Marshall Islands, so we'll do them. So through the Marianas to the Marshall Islands, only 1 red box along the way. They don't need to do transit event checks here. two up in the yellow sea, I think I will hold off on them until we finish patrolling here in the Marianas, because I don't want to cause any congregating risk there while they're patrolling. We've got, I think it's just the, oh, these two can come back too. Yeah, so we're going to have 4 that can respond to that. So we'll leave those to RTB until after they're done. So why don't we do those next? We'll send the pickerel in. So he does a patrol move over. He'll need to roll anything but a 9. Okay, and then for his search and contact, he gets a +1 since it's an ultra area. So that's an 8 and a 4. It's going to be a moderate density small convoy. And we get to add 1 to each of these numbers, but not to the dot. So 4, 3, 2. I got these bowls to replace the styrofoam cups I was using. I like, it's a lot easier to mix them up and then pull one out from those instead of trying to dig down in those styrofoam cups. Just have to keep my eyes averted so I'm not looking in while I'm pulling. Okay, so here's what the pickerel has. He's a 3 rating. These 2 go away. Too far. And zigged away from column B. So let's go ahead and set up in column A. That seems to be the, well, I don't know if we set up in column C, assuming all this really is non-threatening stuff, that would let us get away from whatever this might be. Yeah, let's try that. So we'll go, let's try aggressive posture. Still just flip over these 3. Yep, combat event right off the bat. 9 is good, I think. Yes, it is. Combat, combat. So there will be no counterattack. We get 2 attacks in the first round. Like that one. Okay, that goes back to B. And then we have, oh no, bad choice. A diligent escort, and he's in the same column. So because we're aggressive, he gets a +2 modifier to his roll on the diligent escort row. 7 is damaged. So because he damaged us in the on his diligent escort special attack, we can actually withdraw immediately, but we got that combat event, so we don't have to worry about him attacking us again. So I think we'll stick around, see if we can at least get whatever this other ship is, and then bug out. We do need to draw a IJN ship for him, and this will have +3. So it's going to be, it's the Oshio. It's going to have 5 ASW. All right, good. It's a little low defense one. That's what we needed. Because we've only got 3 attack. He's got 5 5 ASW and 1 defense. So we're already looking at going up against 6. So we're going to need some big help from the TDC, like a -3 or a -2, because we do get -1 for the aggressive posture. That one's a 0. Ooh, a -2. Nice. All right. We have a chance. So yeah, we're at 4 minus 1 is 3. The TDC is going to add back 3, so that takes us to 6, and then we lose the 5 from the ASW and the 1 from the defense of the ship. So our target is 0, but we have a -1 DRM, so we'll hit it on a 0 or a 1. Yeah, 1, nice. And a 7 will sink it. 7 becomes a 6, which for 1,000 ton is definitely a sink result. So starting off this week good. We do get I'll have to check on this. Let me take care of this first. So the pickerel sinks a 1,000 ton. I don't have my pen, so I'll have to record that later. But that was from column C. And we get one more ship for 264 and another 1,000 tons for 1,098,000. All right, then we have the second attack of our initial combat round. I wanted to check because there's that special rule for targeting escorts. Where you get to ignore their ASW value on the attack. Let me see what kind of restrictions there are on that. Okay, so you can't do it if a diligent escort has been revealed. That's what I thought. It can only be done in the first attack round, but I assume with a combat, you could still do it as your second attack of the first round. There's nothing that says you can't do that, but since he's a diligent escort, we can't. So we will actually forego our second attack. I mean, I guess technically we don't forego it. You have to still go through the motions, but there's no way we're going to hit this thing because he's got 6 defense and 5 ASW, so that's 11. There's no way our 3 attack is going to get through that. So no shot for the second attack of the first combat round, and then we will withdraw. So for our endurance check, we are a C rating, we are damaged, and we went aggressive, so we need a 1 or less to stay out. And we do not get it. So RTB for him. Then we will send in the S45. So he will do a transit event check, but only a 9 will matter. Nope. And then search and contact with a +1. Ooh, 10 and 1. So that's going to be a high density small convoy. And again, an extra ship in each column, so 4, 3, 3. Okay, I think we'll have the S-45 set up here in column B. And with his 2 tactical rating, I think we want to go aggressive here. Flip over all 3 in our column. Okay. Oh, gunboat. Oh, and a destroyer. Ooh. All right, so we need an auxiliary to replace that top one. We got the Eero. Nice fat one. And then our destroyer hopefully will be a little baby one. Yeah, not too bad. The Nokaze. All right. Don't like that gunboat though. He's adding to the ASW too. Hopefully we can take him out with our first shot. All right, we only get 2 of these. So we'll do there and there. Not going after that one. Not sure about that one either. We've only got 2 attack for this guy. And we're looking at 2 on the ASW. 1 for the defense is 3. We've only got 2. We do get help from the TDC. So actually it looks like everything cancels out. So we can hit on a 0 with our die roll modifier, 0 or 1. So here's hoping. We did it last time. Maybe we can do it again. Nope. And then for the counterattack, they've got 2. There is 1 red box in the area, makes 3, and another 3 for the war period, makes 6. We have 2 defense. So he's going to be on the 3 to 4 row with a +1 modifier for us being aggressive. 2 is not going to be anything. Boy. Looks kind of scary. We can switch back to standard, which means we'll only have to flip over 2. But they're going to be 2 of those rising sun flags. Yeah, let's try. We'll go. Actually, we might as well just stay aggressive, I guess. We can flip over this one too. Or one of these. Or no, we'd have to flip over. Never mind. We'd have to move over here. Then we could flip over just these. Yeah, I think we'll just stay. We'll go to standard, so we only have to flip 2. We'll do these 2 over in column C. Okay, cruiser, nice. And a battleship, nice. All right. Let's see what those are going to be. Our cruiser is the Keiko. And our battleship, to see if we're actually allowed to encounter him, depending on what we get. It's 35,000 tons. So unfortunately, that means by the battleship doctrine, since we encountered something other than a Congo or Yamato class, and we're not in one of those designated areas, it's placed back and we reveal another counter in its place. So now we're gonna have to reveal one of these over here. So this goes back. And let's try this top one. Oh, an airplane, that's really bad. All right. We're most likely not going to get a shot here. Oops. Let's see what we can do. Oh, -3 on that guy. 0 on that guy. So he's a 0. But between the 2 from the aircraft, 3, 3.5 rounds up to 4. And we've only got 2 attacks, so we've got no shot. They will get a counterattack this time. 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 1 from the op area plus 3 more for the war period is 8, minus our 2 defense is 6. So he's on the 5 to 6 row this time. He still just gets a +1 because we switched back to standard. So he just gets the +1 for the reattack round. So +1 on the 5 to 6 row. Ooh, that's going to be really bad. I think we're probably sunk. 10, 5 to 6 row. Well, we're sunk unless the other die is a 0 to 3, which it was not. It was a 6. So we are indeed sunk. So we lose the S-45. That's going to put us up to 19 subs sunk now. Again, we started the scenario with 12 sunk, so we've lost 7 since we've been playing. All right. We'll clean that up when we set up for the next one, which will be the sawfish. We'll bring him down here. Transit event. Well, he's leaving shallow water, so he gets a +1 for that. So it's actually going to be a 8 or 9. We'll trigger a transit event check. Nope. And then +1 for his search and contact. That's a 4 and a 6. 4 is just enough to make it into the sparse category, and 6 is a large convoy. So a sparse large convoy with an extra ship in each row is 2311. Well, we got a whole bunch of these no solution markers this time. That one's evading. This one's too far. And this one zigged away. All right, well, we've only got 4 left, so it looks like we set up in column B. Let's go aggressive and just flip them all. Our gunboat's back. That one will get replaced. That's the same 2 I pulled last time, I think. I did mix them up. Oh, and a diligent escort, and we went aggressive. Okay, he's not in the same column, so he just gets a +1 for his special diligent escort roll. Oh, good, he's a little baby, so he's just a 3.5. Just a 3.5. Yeah, he's going to get a +1 on the special diligent escort row. 2 is not going to be anything. All right. I don't like having 3.5. Well, we got to, it's going to be at least, it's going to be 4 on the, plus this guy also has, no, he doesn't. They're going to have 4 ASW. He came from B, and then this one. Is the Kyokuto Maru. I'm sorry, the other one was the Sanuki Maru. Okay. TDC marker for everybody. Again, we can't use the special rule for targeting the escort since he's a diligent. You can see these TDC markers starting to wear on the edges there. All right, +1. -2, that's nice. +1. Get that gunboat out of here. -2 on him, but we're not going after that. All right, so what can we make happen here? We're aggressive. So that's actually a -3. We're at 7, -1 is 6. -1 for his defense. Minus, what did we say, 4 for the ASW. Puts us down to 1. Then we get to add 3 back in for the TDC. So we need a 4 or less, but then with our die roll modifier, a 5 or less. That seems pretty doable. 3 and a 7, that'll do it. 7 gets knocked down to a 6, but he's only 2,000 tons, so that's definitely sunk. So the Sawfish gets a 2,000 ton gunboat. Let's get rid of that counter. And then we get another ship. 265 and 2,000 more tons is gonna roll this over, which then moves this up. So we're at 1,100,000 tons, or 1,100,000 if you want to say it that way. All right, we do have a counterattack to endure. And then I think it's going to be, well, actually, we can scoot over here for the reattack and then not have to worry about him. So let's see. He's got 4, right? +1 for the op area is 5, 3 for the war period. And then we've got 4 defense. So he's going to be on the 3 to 4 row. The +1 for us being aggressive. That's a 6 on the 3 to 4 row. Spotted. That's okay. Because we're going to scooch over here out of his range. And see if we can take one of these guys out. We'll stay aggressive. Okay, that becomes a -3. Looks like that's our guy. -1 for the reattack round, -1 for us being aggressive. So that's going to zero out his defense. We got no ASW. And so yeah, Our 7 minus 1 is 6. So we need a 6 or less, a 7 with the die roll modifier. We're going to need a pretty big number on that second roll, though. Got a 5, but then we got a 0. So we hit, but no damage. Bounced off. No counterattack since we scooted away there, so just need to do our endurance check. We did go aggressive, and we're an A rating, so we need a 4 or less. Nope. So the spotted sawfish, little RTB. And then that leaves the silver sides to come in. He, again, +1 to the transit event check, so 8 or 9. Yes. +1 to each of these rolls, because we were coming from shallow. 7, 5, that might be something. 7 is going to put us here, and 5 is spotted. He was spotted moving over here. I'll get his search and contact with a +1. 2 and a, oh, I thought that was a 9 for a second. It's actually a 1. It's like, ooh, a loner. No, 2 and 1 is going to be nothing. So he just does an endurance check. He didn't find anything, so he gets a -1 modifier. And he's an A rating, so he needs a 6 or less. Oh, just missed it. All right, I think that was. Oh no, it's not. Well, yeah, I was gonna say these guys can get there too, but they're already in an ultra area, so no reason to. So we'll go ahead and do them next. I think that's the last that we can get into the Marianas. So let's shift over here to the South Philippine Sea. Got these 3 there, and it looks like no one else can reach. So just going to be these 3. So the Thresher first, +1 to his search and contact. He gets a 7 and a 1. It's going to be a low density small convoy with an extra ship in each column. 3, 3, 2. All right, here's what the Thresher found. This one is evading. This one is too far. Boy, not really sure what to do here. He's got a 4 rating. I'm thinking maybe set up here in B and go cautious. Yep, let's do that. Oh, destroyer, boo. There's our merchant that we want. And, ooh, a carrier. Okay. Our destroyer gets replaced with the, come on, focus. What's going on here? Well, it's the Hamikaze. Can't get it to focus for some reason. And our carrier is going to be sweet spot tonight. It's the Junio. All right. Be nice to get a shot on that. Okay. TDC markers. We get 4 of them. I think we'll go here, 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 and here. -3. Okay, that's good. That looks like we won't be going after the Junio. -2 over there and 0. All right. Let's see if we can get this guy. We'll make that our unmodified TDC. We've got 6 attack, -1 for 5, -2 for the ship defense, -2 for ASW. This guy's aircraft capable, but he doesn't contribute in the attack phase, only in the counterattack. So that leaves us with 1, and then we got -3, so that adds 3 back. So we need a 4 or less. And we did not get it. All right, our counterattack, looking at 2.5, so that rounds up to 3. 1 red box in the op area makes 4, and 3 for the war period makes 7. Minus our 3 defense, we are not in shallow waters, so that's going to leave 4. So we're on the 3 to 4 row. We are cautious, so they get a -1 to their die roll. It's going to be a 1, which is nothing. All right. As much as I'd like to try to get that merchant, I don't think it's too wise to, well, let me see. If we slide over, yeah, maybe we could get away from this guy at least. And then if hopefully maybe only one of those is a destroyer, or none, ideally. Yeah, let's give it a try. We'll slide over to column C. I think we'll go ahead and stay cautious just in case. We'll flip over these 2. That's a merchant. Nice. Big one. And a light cruiser. All right. Good deal. So our light cruiser gets replaced with... It's going to behave now. Nope. It's the Isuzu. Okay. I'd really like to get a shot at that carrier if we can. So I'm going to do it this way, even though it'd probably be smarter to target the cruiser. All right, +1 there, +2 there, -1. Okay, well, looks like we're going after this merchant. So that's actually a -2 because we're in the re-attack round. So he's basically zeroed out. There's no ASW. So we get our full 5. Well, not our full, but 6 minus our torpedo value makes 5. So we need a 5 or less on that guy. We are still cautious, so no die roll modifier. Oh, so close. I don't think that 4 would have been enough though. For a 9,000 ton, it would not. Needed at least a 5. All right. We do have a small counterattack just from the carrier this time. So his half gets rounded up to 1. 1 for the op area, 3 for the war period, minus our 3 defense, puts them on the 1 to 2 row. They get +1 for the reattack round, but -1 because we're cautious. So a 0 is not going to be anything. And we do our endurance check. B rating, we did not go aggressive, so we just need a 4 or less. No. RTB for him. Let's do the pike next. +1 to his search and contact. 2 and a 6. I don't think that's going to be anything. Nope. If he gets an endurance roll with a -1 modifier, he is a C rating. So he needs a 4 or less. You got it. And then we have the albacore, +1 to his search and contact roll. 5 and 0 is going to be a sparse small convoy with an extra ship in each, so 3 and 2. Okay, this looks quite promising. We'll flip this, get rid of this one. It's evading again. Why my focus is not wanting to behave now. So I think we will set up in, let me just look at the war mix real quick. Got a better chance of getting merchants in column B. There's also more destroyers in column B. We don't have these ones in here yet, but we got the diligence and all that. So we'll try our luck over there in B column. And I think we'll go aggressive. We're flipping over 4 either way, standard or aggressive. So there's a little baby one. There's an auxiliary. Another little baby one. Ooh, nice. Okay, so 2 merchants, 2 auxiliaries. Get those auxiliaries replaced. I give up. It's the Taiyo Maru for the first one. And the Toho Maru for the second one. Both 10,000 tonners. This one's got less defense, but since it's a column over, they're going to be equivalent as far as probability to hit if they have the same TDC marker. Let's find out. Nice if we could get 2 here. No threat of counterattack at all. Okay, yeah, not so good. That one's decent and not so good. All right. So these are equivalent because he has less defense, but this one has a -1 on it. Oh, but this is a column over, so actually he's harder. So if we're going to go after one of the merchants, it would be this one. That we'd be looking at a 7 -1 is 6, -2 for the defense. But then we're aggressive, so that's actually a -2 TDC. So that'd be a 6 or less to hit him. And then these are the same. So this would be 6 -3 leaves 3. And then that's actually a 0. So there'd be a 3 to hit for that one. So we need with our DRM, we need a 7 or less to hit him, a 4 or less to hit him. I think we go for this one now and hope that we get a better TDC on one of these two next time. So 7 or less for the top merchant there. Although, another thing we could try is, what if we did split shot? We would want to send more against this one since it's harder to hit. So if we sent 4 over here, that would be 4 -1 is 3. -1 for the defense, but then add 1 back in for the TDC. Still at 3, and then -1 for going over a column. So we would need a 2 or less to hit that one. And then this should be the same. We'd be sending 3 at that, -2 defense. But then we add 2 back in. Actually, that one's, is that right? That's easier. That'd be a 3 or less on that one. Yeah, that's right. I think. 3, or no, I forgot to subtract my torpedo. So 3, but then -1 for torpedoes, and then -2 for the defense, and then add 2 back in for the TDC. I thought they should have been the same shot. So we could take 2 shots needing a 2 or less, or 1 shot needing a 7 or less. Well, these would need a 3 or less with the modifier. I think I like the 2 shots at 3 or less. We have a chance to get 2, but still a pretty decent chance to get at least 1. So we'll do the one in our column first. 3 or less is what we're looking for. No. Okay, and then the other one, 3 or less. No. Okay. Well, that first one, if we would have went after it with that first roll, I think we would have got it. But oh well. Them's the chances you take. If it's a 3 or less on 2, I'm not too, that's about the limit of where I want to try that split shot. Okay, so for the re-attack, we might as well just stay here. I'd rather be in the same column with the one that has more defense, I think. All right, hopefully we get some better TDCs. We'll stay aggressive, obviously. -3 on one of these Oilers would be nice. Yep, there's a -3. 0 on that one, +1, and a -1, ooh, which is a -3 with both of our modifiers. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go after this guy for sure. So that's going to be, that -3 cancels out his defense, so it's basically our 7 - 1 is 6. And then with our die roll modifier, 7 or less. Not going to take a chance splitting this one. I want that guy bad. So we need a 7 or less, and then a pretty decent second roll. We got the 7, but we only got a 1. Come on. Ugh, aggravating. Aggravating. All right. Again, no counterattack. We get... Should these go back right? 2 was in column B, right? Yeah. For our endurance check, we did go aggressive, so A rating, we need a 4. Hey, we got it. So those 2 get to stay. This one has to go back next turn. And I guess we'll go down here and do the Gar. I think we want to send him up. Now he does get a +1 to his search and contact for narrow results, but I think we're still better off being up here. So he'll patrol move up to there. He gets a +1 for shallow waters. So an 8 or 9. Nope. And then search and contact. 2 and 7. That's not going to be anything. So his endurance check, he's a B rating. He needs a 5 or less. Got it. Okay, and then the trout and the tuna, we could actually send them up into the East China Sea. It's slightly better, but then we're going into shallow waters. I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll just stay here. They can encounter battleships up there, but that's all right. So the trout will do his search and contact roll. 7 and 0 is going to be a low density small convoy. Back to just the regular numbers though. So 221. All right, here's what he's got. He is a 4 rating. I think we set up here and go standard posture. So we just flip over the red balls. Ooh, that's a big one, but it's going to get replaced. So, combat event. Tonnage doubled would be nice. 0. I think that's the... Oh yeah, nice. Target lumbers into way. Let's see how this works again. Japanese ship suddenly crosses the path. Conduct the combat phase normally, but prior to conducting the first attack round, choose any face-down red ball in this or an adjacent column. So I assume that this means this column or an adjacent column. So we're going to have to leave that red ball down so that we can have it lumber in the path of our torpedo and get an automatic hit on it. But yeah, basically you just roll on the attack results table with the regular torpedo modifier as if you had gotten a hit. So that means we need to flip this one next. Oh good, it's that carrier again. And then a merchant. Awesome. So let's get those replaced. I wish I could leave that 20,000 ton auxiliary there. That's a pretty nice target in itself. That would be awesome with a double tonnage event. All right, it's the Shiratoko. I think we've seen that one before. And our carrier is probably going to bring some counter counterattack capability is the Zuiho. Yes, he is aircraft capable. Oops. All right, so let's do our event first. So we flip this guy over. Oh, it's a diligent escort. Now I think it specifically says in there, wouldn't that be awesome if we could get rid of one of those? I think they still stay in the mix, but yep, diligent escort revealed this way does not get to roll on the counterattack table as if revealed in 14.13. So we get a chance to sync that diligent escort here. So we roll on the attack results, and we just use the regular line for their tonnage. So they're going to be on the 1 to 4 line, so we just need a 4 or higher to sink it. Definitely want to do that because we don't want him, or actually need to find out what his tonnage is. We got to put out one of these. Just remembered that might not be his tonnage. Yep, it's still a 2,000 tonner. But yeah, that's going to add 6 ASW to our attack, so we definitely want to get rid of him. So this would be great if we can get it. 4 or higher is what we're looking for. A 1. Come on. Well, that's going to make this a bit difficult. What did we say our posture was? I forget. We were doing standard, right? Because we were originally not going to flip this one. We just wanted to flip 4. So yeah, we're standard attack posture. So no modifiers on these TDCs or our die roll. Oh, -3 there. That's good. Not sure it's going to be enough, but we'll see. So he's basically a 0, but he gets 1 for being over a column, and then 6 for the ASW. So yeah, even with we don't have a shot. Don't have a shot because this is going to be 3 and 6. So that's, or actually more than that because he's over a column. So 10. We'd be at -5 for that guy. And then this is 4 and 6. That's 10. And then he's like crazy. 13 plus 1, 14. Yep, unfortunately, no shot. We needed to sink that guy. We could have gone to town on him. All right, well, since we don't have a shot, there's no counterattack, and we will just slink away. So the Trout is a B rating for endurance. He needs a 4, or no, we went aggressive, but no, we didn't go aggressive. Right, so he needs a 4 or less. Got it. And then the Tuna is next. We'll do his search and contact roll. 6 and 3. That's going to be something. Sparse, small convoy. So 2 and 1. All right. We got evading here. I think we'll go column B. Like I said, I think we got a better chance of a fatter target over there. Let's go aggressive. 3,000. Well, they're both the same. This one's got lower defense, so. All right, come on. We got to be able to get at least one of these. Right? Aggressive posture, so we get -1 on the TDCs and a +1 on our 2-hit roll. -1, okay. Ooh, -3, perfect. Since we've only got 2 ships here anyway, I don't think I want to do a split shot. Let's just get our best chance of getting one down and then try to get the other one in the reattack round. So it'll be this guy's our target. That's a -4 TDC. We've got 6 -1 is 5, minus is 1 defense, but then we add 4 back in. So that's an 8 and a -1 DRM. We need a 9 or less. That's an automatic hit. Now we just got to get the damage roll. I'll still roll both of them. 2. I don't think that's going to do it. That's just going to be a damage. Yep. Wow. Well, now I might try a split shot in the reattack round. So he's damaged, which basically means he has 0 defense now. No counter attack. I think we'll slide over. I would like to maybe try to get a shot at both. Get favorable TDCs on each one. It's not that great. That's going to be a 0 though. Of course, the one I moved away from. That's okay. I think we'll still have I think it's still going to be an automatic because now his defense is 0 even though we moved over, and that's still a -4 for reattack round and aggressive. So let's just math it out again. 5 minus 0 now for the defense because 1, he gets 1 but then loses 1 for the damage. And then add 4 back in. Well, -1 for going over a column, so that puts us down to 4. Add 4 back, puts us at 8. With our DRM, we need a 9 or less. So it's an auto hit. Now a 2 will sink it because we'll get a second damage marker. So as long as we don't get a 0 or 1 on the white die, it will be sunk. Ooh. Saw that and I was like, oh no, but it's actually an 8. 1-8. Wow, that's an awesome roll. I could probably hit the other one with that. Sunk it. Okay, so that's definitely a sink result. So the tuna has a 3,000-ton merchant. We'll put him back in the cup. Add to our totals. One more ship puts us at 266. And another 1,000 tons puts us at 1,101,000. All right, and then the tuna does his endurance check. He did go aggressive, so B rating, he needs a 3 or less. Nope. All right, let's see. How many subs do we have here now? Just 3, right? Because that one got sunk. So I think we're safe to transit move these guys back now. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 5 back to Pearl if we come through the Marianas. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we go through Empire Pacific. I think we're going to want to be sending, well, they won't make it there this turn anyway. Yeah, I think we'll send 1 to each. So we'll send this guy back through the East China Sea to Empire Pacific. So he's on transit side, but he moved through shallow waters, so those cancel each other out. Oh, but then we get a +1 for leaving the Yellow Sea. So he's got a +1. This will be the governing area. So an 8 or 9 will be a possible transit event. Nope. And then move him down here. We'll send the other one. Oh, we got 3 here actually. Spotted doesn't matter in War Period 3. So we'll send this one down through to the Marianas. Again, Marianas will be the governing op area. 1 red box. He did move through shallow waters and out of the Yellow Sea, so he's got a +1 as well. He does get 1. +1 to both of these rolls. 8 and 2. I think that's maybe safe. No, spotted. So he gets spotted. And then this one, I think maybe we'll just use cautious transit with him and just move to here. So he'll have -1 for transit side, -1 for cautious transit, +1 for shallow, +1 for coming out of the Yellow Sea. So he'll only get a possible transit event on a 9. He does not. Okay. I think we'll take a break here and then continue with the rest of our subs on patrol a little bit later. All right, I think next what we're going to do is send the Flying Fish up to East China Sea, transit move. So they do have congregating risk moving through the Marianas. So that's going to be a +1, -1 because they're on transit side, but then +1 for moving into shallow waters. So that's going to end up being a net +1. So an 8 or 9. We'll trigger a transit event check. 6. They're good there. And we'll go ahead and flip over to patrol side. Underneath that one. All right, let's move up next to, let's go ahead and do these ones up here in the Sea of Japan next. So we've got the Whale. He's going to have a search and contact roll with no modifiers. 8 and 5, nice. High density. 5 is going to be a large convoy. So that will be 3, 3, 2, and 1. All right, well, this looks great. Let's hope it actually is. Got 1 here to get rid of. Evading. Oh, now we're going to focus, huh? All right, well, I think we go column B here. And I think we go aggressive. So let's flip over the 3 in our column. Oh, we got a hospital ship in column B now this time. All right, good deal. Which 2 should we do next? Let's try, see what's in column C. We got 2 big merchants and 9 small merchants. Yeah, let's try column C. Ooh, destroyer. And a merchant. Okay. Well, at least we can get away from that guy by moving over to column A next round. So let's see. That's the only one we need to replace. And it is the Mikasuki. Oh, good. It's a little 1,000-tonner. All right. For our... Oh, that focus is really bad. It's a little better. What do we want to do with our TDCs? I think we'll avoid the hospital ship. Let's go here, 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 and here. Come on. There we go. All right, we did say we were aggressive, so these all have a -1. Looks like this is our best shot. So let's see what we have. 7 -1 is 6. Lose 1 for the ship defense, lose another for the half ASW rounded up. Yeah, and that's it. And then +2 back for the TDC. So our 2-hit value is a 6, which means we'll hit on a 7 or less. Two and 2. That 2 is only going to damage it. Gets knocked down to a 1. So we have damaged that merchant, which means he now has 0 defense. For the counterattack, we've got 1. The op area has 2 red boxes, so that's 3. And then 3 for the war period is 6. We've got our 4 defense. So he's on the 1 to 2 row with a +1 for us being aggressive. 8. Looks like we just got spotted. All right. For the reattack, I think we move over here. This on that. And then we'll stay aggressive. We'll reveal these 2. Auxiliary and an auxiliary. All right, good deal. Our first one is, it's one of these special ships, the Myasen Maru. And let me get the other one, and then we'll see if we're actually able to encounter that one here. This is the Aramo. Nice, 16,000. Not quite as good as 20, but still not too shabby. All right, let's check our special rules for this Japanese Army ship. So here are the areas that we are allowed to find them in. We are in Empire Pacific. No, we're in the Sea of Japan. And that is not one of them. Empire Pacific, Yellow Sea, East China Sea, both South China Seas, both Philippine Seas, the Bismarck Sea, and the Solomons. Where is the Bay of Bengal? Bay of Bengal. Oh, that's one of the new ones over here for the Indian campaign. Okay, so we're not allowed to find him here, and it says that they just get returned to the pile and are not replaced. So hopefully we'll either get a good shot on the Aramo here, or we'll be able to finish off the one that we damaged last time. Let's see what we get. This time we will be targeting the hospital ship. All right. Ooh, -1. Okay, that becomes a -3. So that's definitely a possibility. What do we got on here? Ooh, that's a -3 also. But he's over a column, but he's also got no defense. Well, let's work out both. Maybe we do a split shot here. Let's see what they would be individually first. So here we're looking at, this is a -3, so that cancels out his defense. So basically we'd have our full 6 going on to there. With the DRM it'd be a 7. And then here we're looking at 6. We don't lose any for the defense, but then -1 for going over a column is 5. But then we get to add 3 back in. So that would be an 8 with the DRM. So this is a guaranteed hit over here. If we just went after that. If we did a split shot, we could do, it's actually a difference of 2. I'm thinking if we do the split shot, we probably go 4 here and 3 here. So that would basically be, instead of, so this one would be 3 instead of 6, so it'd be 3 less. So this would be a hit on a 4 or less. The 2 hit number would be 3. And then this is going to be 3 over here. -1 is 2. So we're basically sending 2 instead of 6, so it would be 4 less. So instead of an 8, it would be a 4. So that would hit on a 5 or less. Yeah, I say we try to go after both. I think that's a good choice. All right, let's do the one over here first. So we need a 5 or less for him. Got it. And the 7 is plenty to sink him. So that's the whale. Gets a, what was that? 1,000 tons? No, 2,000 tons. 2,000 ton merchant so far. Let's get rid of him. And then with our second of the split shot, we need a 4 or less to hit this one. I wish I would have taken that roll for him instead. It was 0, but then the 3 isn't going to be enough. It would have been enough on the other one to sink it since it was already damaged. So if we'd have done them the other way around, we would have got both. Too bad. But yeah, a 3 gets knocked down to a 2, and he's 16,000 tons, so that's a complete miss there. Not a miss, but no effect. Well, that's a shame. At least we got one. Let's chalk up those numbers here. So another ship puts us to 267, just 3 away from a torpedo improvement roll, and 2,000 more tons. Puts us at 1,103,000. All right, so for his endurance check, he was aggressive. He's A class or A rating, so he needs a 4 or less. Nope. Hate to see those guys have to come back from all the way up there. I guess it's not that far from the forward base, but still. All right, and then the Pogie, do his search and contact roll. 2 and 7. That's not going to be anything, unfortunately. It's a white box result, but then the 7 isn't high enough. Or no, wait, I'm looking at the wrong line. 2 is a sparse. Yeah, that's right. We find anything but a 0 here, we find something. So it's going to be a sparse, and 7 is a large convoy. So sparse large convoy is 1211. Oh, this is almost the exact opposite of what the whale had. By the way, I forgot to take his spotted marker with him, but I got it back up on there in case you happen to catch that earlier. All right, so the Pogie 4, boy. I'm almost thinking we just go over here to column D. Hope we get some big fat capital ship over here. And let's start off. You know what? Let's just go aggressive. Let's hope these are both not. Oh, so much for that hope. All right, so because we're aggressive, he gets a +2 modifier on his diligent attack or diligent escort counterattack. 5 becomes a 7, which is going to damage us. So I think because of that, we will just, if you're damaged by the diligent escort's counterattack, you can immediately withdraw if you wish, and I think we will do that because this doesn't look very promising. We'll just withdraw. A rating, aggressive and damaged. He's going to need a 3 to stick around if we even want him to. Nope. So he will return. Hopefully he can get some superficial damage and get back into the Sperry there so he can get right back out again. All right, well, looks like the Empire Pacific is the next logical choice. So we've got the S-44 there. We'll just leave him there. He can patrol there. So search and contact roll. He gets a 3 and a 7, which is enough. It's going to be a sparse, large convoy. That's what we just had. Hopefully his is better. 1, 2, 1, 1. Well, it looks a little better, but we all know that looks can be deceiving in this game. I guess we'll try column B. No, let's try column C. We'll stay standard attack posture, so we'll flip over 2. And then this way we can slide over here for the re-attack and only have to flip that 1. So standard attack posture, 3,000 ton merchant, destroyer, darn it. He definitely won't be attacking or targeting that escort with only 3 attack. At least it's still a baby. The Asanagi. Okay, he gets 2 of these TDC markers. I guess we'll go here and here. Ooh, -3 on that. We just might have to try that. So I don't know if... we might have a shot there. No, probably not. Because 2 defense plus 1 from the ASW plus 1 from the going over a column makes him a 4. We've only got 2 attack. Let's see if this one's doable. We assume he has 1 defense. So 1 and 1 is 2, which takes out our 2 attack. -1 for going over a column, but then we add 3 back in. So yeah, we can theoretically hit this on a 2 or less. But that depends on what it actually is. And no, we can't. So no shot possible. I think we just bug out of here with 2 destroyers floating around. Let's see what this one actually is, but I don't think I'm going to change my mind. Well, let's see. Let me think here, though. We could, like I said, we could slide over here. And we'd only be facing this guy, plus potentially whatever that is. But we're not getting counterattacked in the first round, since we had no valid solution. So, yeah, maybe let's try it. We don't have many more. We only got, what, 2 more subs left. See if we can get a couple more ships here before the end of the week. Get to do that torpedo improvement next week. All right. Well, before we do that, though, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, no, I'm not. No counterattack. That's right, because no shot possible. So we move over here. We were standard, right? So now we go... Were we standard? Yes. Yeah. We only flipped 2. This one got flipped because we targeted it. So now we go cautious, I think. And we flip this. And it's another destroyer. Of course. another 6.1. It's the Sagiri. That one I flipped over here was the Hatsuyuki. Bad luck with these draws here this turn. So I don't think we're going to have any chance of a shot here. We'll see. We got 2 ASWs showing, plus their 6 is going to be 8. So even, yeah, there's no way. They do get to counterattack though this time. So it's 2 once you round up the 1.5. 1 red box, 3 for the ASW makes 6. Minus our 2 defense is 4. Plus 1 for reattack, but minus 1 for cautious. On the 3 to 4 row. Ooh, 7 on the 3 to 4 row. It's going to be... Okay, it's just spotted. So they've been spotted. Endurance check. D rating, we were not aggressive, so he needs a 2 or less. Didn't get it. So he will RTB. My battery is about to run out, so we will stop here and continue once I get some charge. Okay, we've got the permit here, also on patrol in the Empire Pacific. So we'll get a search and contact roll for him. 4 and 4. Sparse. Small convoy. 2-1. All right, let's make something happen here. I think we will go column A, and we will go passive. So we only have to flip these 2. Ooh, combat event. See what it is. 5. Oh, the old Cui Favit Fortuna. So if we get we roll again. If we get a 0 to 4, perfect setup, all TDC markers are considered to have negative values, or deadly division, which means all diligent escorts revealed remain in play. Normally you can't get more than 1 in the same column, but I don't think that's going to be an issue here. So basically we're either going to get perfect setup or nothing. So 0 to 4 is what we're looking for. Oh, it was on that 2 for just a second. All right, well, that's not going to have any effect on us then. Let's reveal our, or get us a TDC. Well, actually we get 2. We're going to put 1 on the other one as well. So 1 there, 1 here. Oh, nice. So we could treat that as a -1 if we wanted to go after that one, but I think we're fine. Targeting our merchant here. All right, so we've got 4. -1 for the torpedoes is 3. We lose 1 for the ship defense, but then we get 2 back for the TDC. Obviously, this is our unmodified TDC. So we need a 4 or less. And we got it, and I think 4 might just be enough to sink it. Let's double check. Yes, the 4 gets modified to a 3, and that is a sink result for a 2,000 ton. So S, or no, not S, we're on a permit now. A P boat, I mean. So that's the permit. Sunk a 2,000 ton merchant. Let's get it recorded on our chart. One more ship. Just 2 away now from our magic number of 270. And then 2 more 1,000 tons for a total of 1,105,000. All right, there's no counterattack. Do we want to see what's over here? See if we can take a crack at it. Why not? Let's slide over. We'll stay passive just to be on the safe side. And again, there's no advantage of switching from passive to standard unless you're planning on targeting multiple ships. So let's see what we got. Oh, it's a destroyer. And it's the re-attack round, so we can't use the special targeting and escort rule where we ignore their ASW value for the attack. So I'm pretty sure we won't get a shot on this. The Yugure. Yeah, not with only 3 attack factors. Yep. So no possible shot. He does get to counterattack us though, since it's the re-attack round. So he will have +1 for re-attack round, -1 because we're cautious. And he is 2 ASW. We've got 1 in the op area. 3 for the war period makes 6, minus our 2 defense. He'll be on the 3 to 4 row with no modifier. 3, we're fine. Up there. Yep. Okay, so for our endurance check, we did not go aggressive. We're a C rating, so we need a 3 or less. Nope. RTB. And that just leaves the S30 up here in, whoops, knocked one of my stacks over with the foot of this tripod, in the Coral Islands. So let's do a search and contact roll for him. Oops, missed the white dot. 5 and 6. That's going to be a sparse large convoy. So sparse large gives us 1, 2, 1, 1. Well, this doesn't look very pleasant. Guess we'll go here. We can just flip over 1 if we go cautious, so I think we'll do that. So we'll go cautious, just flip over this 1. Okay, good. Now hopefully we get a good TDC for it. I guess our second one we'll put on this guy. -1, that's fair. Not great, but let's see what we can do. We'll make this our unmodified TDC. We got 3 attack, -1 goes down to 2. The defense and the TDC cancel each other out, so we need a 2 or less. No modifier. Hey, we got it. So the S-30 has sunk a ship. $3,000-ton merchant. That's going to put us just one shy of being able to make our, well, we still got a chance here, I guess, on the reattack. Let's get that recorded. One more ship puts us at 269. And 3,000 more tons for 1,108,000. Okay. I think we'll try our luck here. Question is, which of these three would we like to flip over? Which will then determine which column I'd move into. I have a feeling most of the rising sun flags in column A are not something we want to see. I think we slide over here and see what's behind door number 3. Stay cautious. Just flipping over the 1. That's a destroyer. Yep. It is, the Uzuki. Certainly better than what was there, but still. S-boat, yeah, I don't think so. We do get 2 TDC markers, so on the, I don't even think there's a possibility though for one of those other ones to be a possible shot, even if we count them as being -1. I guess we might as well target these 2. And definitely not that. So -3, it can't go any further for the reattack modification. But I think even with that, well, maybe. Let's see. 3 becomes 2. We lose 1 for the defense and 1 for going over a column, so we're at 0. ASW of 1 makes it a half rounded up. That makes it -1. And then we add 3 back in. So yeah, actually, if this is a 1 or less, we can hit on a 2. So as long as it's not more than a 3 defense, we will have a shot. So let's see what we got. An airplane. Okay. Definitely can't shoot a torpedo at that. So counterattack is going to be, he's a half, so that's 1. Plus 1 red box in the op area. 3 for the war period makes 5, minus our 2 defense. He will be on the 3 to 4 row, -1 for cautious, +1 for reattack. So straight roll, 3 to 4 row. Yeah, 1's fine. All right. Just out of curiosity, we would have had a chance at that one maybe. Light carrier. Huh, both of those were light carriers, go figure. All right. So for his endurance check, he's a D rating, didn't go aggressive, so he needs a 2 or less. No. All right, so we'll get him back up here. And that's going to be all of our subs that are out. we just got to figure out where to send all these ones that are in port and at the submarine tender. Why don't we start with these? We got 3 that are coming out. An early Gatto, a P3, and an S1. Excuse me. We'll be leaving from the North Pacific here. Where do we want them to go? I don't know if we want, well, we could send, we got 4 in the Sea of Japan now. We could get, maybe send the early Gatto up there. I don't think I want to send the other 2 there. The halibut. He would go through the Kuril Islands into the Sea of Japan. He's going to have -1 for being on transit side, but then +1 for congregating risk, because now there's 5 subs in that area. So those cancel each other out, and then a +2 for entering the Sea of Japan. So 6 or above is going to cause a transit event check. And he got a 6. Ooh, 8-3, that's probably not too bad. He is spotted. Okay. Hopefully he can lose it at the end of the turn. All right, the other 2. I mean, the other options are Marianas, which already have 4. We could just send them into the Bonans, I guess, for now. I think that might be the best idea. So they'll be transit event and cautious transit, so they'll have a -2 to their transit event check, so no possibility of trouble there. We'll have them patrol from there next week. All right, let's do our one that's coming out of Dutch Harbor next, which is the S34, looks like. Yeah. And we'll just go ahead and shoot him over here to the Kuril Islands. Transit side, no congregating risk, only 1 red box. So he's immune to transit events. We'll have him flip over to patrol there. All right, let's do the ones coming out of Fremantle next. So we got this one on top, which is one of our ones that has to go back in for withdrawal, the Grenadier. We're going to shoot him over this way, I think, to the Coral Sea. So he will be boom, boom. But because he's on transit event side, so he gets a -1, but he did go through shallow water here. So that's going to be a +1. So he will have a potential transit event, with this being the governing op area, on a 9 only. He's good. We'll put him down in the done section there. He's got a couple more turns before he'll make it back. All right, these other ones, I think we'll send up this way. So again, they're on transit side, but they're moving through shallow waters. So they will have a possible transit event here, but only on a 9. So the S31 first. Ooh, we got one. So then these each get +1. 4 and 7. 4, 7. Just missed getting spotted. So he will patrol there next turn. And then same thing for the grouper. Only a 9 will matter. And he got a 5. And he will patrol from there next turn. All right, now we got this big stack coming out of Pearl Harbor. Figure out where we want them to go. Let's see how many there are. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 subs coming out of Pearl. So we can send We can send 3 to the North Pacific without any problem. And then the others, we got room for 2 more in the Marshalls without any congregating risk. So that'll leave 3. We could send them down to the Solomons if we wanted to have them operate down in this area. There's just so few good areas down here now. It's like the Carolines is really the only one, unless we push them on over to here. All right, well, let's see what kind of subs we're dealing with. And then we can maybe decide who to send where. Let me get these off of here real quick. It goes in D, A, and B. All right. So we've got a new S2, several Gattos. Whoops. Another new S2, new S1, and another Gatto. So we've got 5 Gattos, so these are the ones that we really want to get somewhere good. What's the difference between these two? 5 versus 6, and less defense. So these 3 I wouldn't mind just sending down to operate around Australia, I guess. But these 5 we definitely want to get up over toward Japan. I think we said we could get 5 between the Marshalls and the North Pacific. So let's send 3 of them here. They won't have a transit event check because there's only 1 red box. They're on transit side. There's no congregating risk. Just need to decide. I know I want to send at least some of them further in. How many we got coming back from here? We got 3 coming back from there and leaving 2. So we got room for 2 more there. We got quite a few coming back from there too. So yeah, I think maybe we leave them all on transit side. And then these other 2 we'll send down to the Marshall Islands, they've got no red boxes in either place that they moved through. And I think, again, we'll leave them on transit side so they can push in further up into the East China Sea, I think. All right, so that leaves these three, and we'll send them down this way into the Solomons. Again, no red boxes, so no transit events for them either, but we will flip them over to patrol side. Okay. That is going to do it for the operating segment. The operations segment. I keep calling it operating segment. So next we have the conclude turn phase. We don't have any storms out, so nothing to do there. Remove spotted markers. We just got one up here. Let's see if he can get rid of that one. 6 or less. Yes. This one here in the East China Sea. Six or less for him. Yes. All right. What else? He's damaged. He's spotted. Nope, he keeps it. And those are both patrolling. None here, none here. I can take these off. Okay, we got one here in the Marianas. 6 or less. Nope. If there's any more hiding under here. Yep, there's another one. Nope. And another one. A lot of spotting going on there. The Marianas. Well, they can't seem to shake them either. That one's damaged. What else? None down here. None there. None there. Looks like that's it. So then we advance the date marker, and we're not far enough along for war progress check. That won't happen until, well, a year from now, I think. June of 44 is the first time we can check for war progress, which will trigger the end of the scenario once we do get that. So that's going to do it for week 1 of June. It's a pretty successful week, I think. We sunk, what here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships. We lost one sub, the S-45. But we got 3, 5, 7, 10, 13,000 tons sunk this week. So not our best week, but certainly not our worst. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, and we will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.